Hi guys, it's the Slam Duck here. I just wanted to get on here to talk a little bit about March Madness, the craziness of this season for the Oregon women's basketball team, and just a few things that I wanted to talk about because I usually don't make these episodes unless I have something on my mind that I would like to talk about and hear from you guys as well. So we're kind of just gonna go and talk about the current bracket and the Virginia Tech and Oregon first round game, a few key matchups, a few key storylines that might help drive that narrative or help drive that game, and then just some thoughts about the bracket as a whole. So I'm just gonna talk a little bit about what I expect from the first round game between Oregon and Virginia Tech, and then we can go from there. So I have it on my phone, like my script or like the things that I need to say or want to say. So if you see me look down, I'm looking down at my phone to get a few pointers. Looking at Oregon and Virginia Tech, I think this is one of the best matchups of the first round. You can see that where the 8th seed Virginia Tech is the 9th seed. I think that's probably the best 8-9 matchup in the whole bracketology. We have Princeton and Oklahoma State as the 8-9. We have Iowa State Syracuse, which that'll be a good one as an 8-9. And we also have Clemson USC, which will also be a good one at the 8-9. But I think based on teams that are equal, I think Virginia Tech and Oregon are pretty equal. Looking at their stats on ESPN right now, we're favored to win 65.5%, and Virginia Tech's likelihood to win is 34.5. I believe Oregon opened up, I think it was like a 3-point favorite. It says 3.5 point favorite. So, gonna be a very, very tight game between those two teams. I think the main thing is just going to be if we can get Katie Fiso and Nahisa Tute going. I think it's going to be very hard to beat this Virginia Tech team if for some reason those two aren't clicking on all cylinders. The good thing, I did look at their roster, and I believe their tallest girl is 6'3". I don't think size will be a huge factor for Virginia Tech because we also have a few girls that are 6'4", 6'3" as well. So they don't have a clear advantage there, and I know that's where a lot of teams have beaten us, especially Michigan in the Big Ten tournament and UCLA when we've played them. Teams that have bigger centers usually overwhelm the Ducks. So I think it's going to be good that they don't have that size advantage. I think this is just going to be a game where it's going to be ugly. Oregon last year was notorious for winning games over and over and over. Playing a defensive game, playing an ugly game, making it so ugly, like 50-48 games. I don't think it's going to be that low of scoring, but I could see it being like a 70-74 game with free throws winning it at the end, and us not shooting well. I'm looking at their leading scorer, Wenzel, number one. I believe her name is Carly Wenzel. She is a junior guard. She scores 15.3 points a game, which is identical to Katie Fiso. The thing about her is she's shooting 33%. Katie Fiso's shooting 48%. So I like that matchup for Katie there. I think she will be able to hopefully take care of it. Hopefully take care of her, outscore her, and defend her pretty well. I believe they're about the same height too. Rebounds were pretty identical. They average 8 points, or not, they don't average. Their leading rebounder has 8.6 rebounds. Atute has 8.9 rebounds. Pretty even there. I mean, Atute's numbers are probably a little skewed since she didn't play a lot of minutes for the first half of the year, but I think we had the edge there. Assists, Fiso almost has a 1 assist lead over Virginia Tech's leading assister. So I think I'm personally giving us the edge in this matchup. If I was an outside perspective looking in, I would probably give Oregon the slight edge here, but I would not count this Virginia Tech team out at all. Looking at a few of their key wins that they've had this season, I'm going to just go through their schedule. They beat Oregon State by 11. I believe we beat them by around 20-ish. I think it was around there. Yeah, we beat them by about 23. So, head to head, they played them about the same time we did. We beat them by 13 more points. Trying to see if we had any other common opponents. I don't think so. They lost to Duke by 16. They lost to Louisville by 25. Beat Syracuse. Syracuse is also an NCAA team by 20. Beat Clemson by 3. Lost to Notre Dame by 10. Beat Stanford, which we played Stanford. We lost to them. They beat them. Trying to think if any others. Lost to North Carolina by about 20-ish points. So they seem like a pretty inconsistent team, kind of like the Ducks. We never know what we're really going to get with them. They could be flying at high cylinders, or they could be just chugging along, kind of like our Ducks. So I don't know. You might hear my cat in the background. He's going to start howling. I don't know why. I got off early from work today, and it's probably just a change of schedule for him. So if you hear him, don't mind him. So yeah, I'm giving the Ducks a slight edge in this matchup. I think if we just get our shots running, if the 2 weeks of rest, hopefully we don't come out rusty, and I fully expect us, I think we'd play on Sunday versus Texas. I fully expect us to play Sunday versus Texas. If Texas wins, which I don't think they'll have any problem winning their first round game. I'm very, very disappointed in our seeding. I felt like we deserved a 7 seed. I don't think there are 30 plus teams that are better than the Ducks this season. I think we deserve the 7 seed, but the committee obviously doesn't agree. Sorry, I had to stop recording. My cat was having a rampage mid-session. Just to talk about a few first round games that I'm looking forward to. Obviously, Oregon, Virginia Tech as the 8-9 seed. I'm looking honestly towards Oklahoma State, Princeton as 8-9 seed as well. Minnesota, Green Bay is intriguing to me. I feel like Green Bay is a pretty scrappy team. I know Minnesota's favored by 22.5 points, but I see it being much closer than that. I also think that Texas Tech might be on upset alert as the 7 seed. I think Villanova can easily take care of Texas Tech. Throughout the year, I've kind of thought Texas Tech is a little overrated. They just started hot. They kind of fizzled out at the end of the year. Another game that I'm intrigued to watch is NC State, Tennessee. I personally don't believe Tennessee deserved to be in the tournament this year. I don't think they would ever leave Tennessee out because name brand, name recognition, Tennessee's Tennessee. I believe there's other teams that probably deserve to be in over them. They lost, I think it was like 7 out of their last 10 or something like that. I'm intrigued to see what they're going to do in that first round. I think NC State should win, but I could see Tennessee pulling off the upset as well. Looking on the left-hand side of the bracket, I'm looking forward to Michigan State, Colorado State. I'm looking towards that because obviously Grace Van Sluten played for the Ducks. I want to see how she does. I mean, it might sound petty, but I hope Colorado State takes that one. There's hammering going on in the background. Our apartment's getting redone, so much stuff is happening today. I'm also looking for that Illinois-Colorado game as well. I think Colorado is a lot better than what people think. I think they could easily upset Illinois that round. The 10 and 7 seed. Fairfield, I think, could give Notre Dame a run for their money. They might be one of my upset picks that I have for the first round. Iowa State, Syracuse. Obviously, I love watching Audie Crooks play. She's from my hometown area. And she played my high school in high school, so it's just cool to see Audie Crooks doing well collegiately and having all the recognition that she has within the national stage. Just one last thing that I really wanted to talk about before I let y'all go. I really, really want to keep doing this. I don't know the direction I should go with this. I don't know if it should just be exclusively women's basketball, talk about the Big Ten, talk about Oregon. I just don't know if I have enough content for that throughout the whole year to talk about. One major thing that I love to do is follow recruiting, see how we're doing in recruiting, ask questions about recruiting, seeing which prospects are on campus, see who we're targeting, stuff like that. That's one thing I love to do. I also love just talking about women's sports in general, so volleyball, softball, stuff like that. So I think, I don't really know. If you guys have any ideas, let me know what you'd want me to talk about. Obviously, this is a women's basketball first channel. Because my Twitter account, The Slam Duck, is a women's basketball page. But I do love covering women's sports as well. And I think there needs to be more people out there who are willing to do it if we want to move this this league and women forward. We need to have people willing to cover and spread their knowledge on the sport. Another thing is, I'm really, really, really tired of the disrespect Oregon's getting. I just watched a podcast going over the bracket, and there was a lady who said that Oregon did not deserve to be in the tournament because they had a losing conference record. This person came from the SEC. Obviously, they're going to have the bias thinking that the SEC is better than the Big Ten. I think the Big Ten's better than the SEC. But I'm just sick of people disrespecting Oregon. I feel like it's kind of become the trend or the meme recently. Like, oh, Oregon's back from the cellar. Oregon's doing good. Oregon's not abysmal anymore. Stuff like that. I'm just kind of tired of hearing that narrative. It's kind of played out at this point, and I think that we need to kind of move on to something different. I'm so happy that these last two teams that we've had have brought us back into the national conversation, because in order to win a national championship, you have to be in the tournament. You have to be in the national conversation. And I think the national championship that was stolen from us in 2020, hopefully one day we can get redemption. Hopefully one day we can win that championship for Ruthie and for Sabrina and for Satu and for Mignon. It's frustrating hearing people go after this program when we've gone through a lot. And I think our fan base knows that we've gone through a lot, and I think brighter days are ahead. And I'm just sick of the disrespect towards Oregon women's basketball and where they are at currently. So just to end off, if you have any recommendations for me, or if you want me to cover something specifically like recruiting, matchups, if you want to fill out a bracket with me, watch me fill out my bracket, I can definitely try to squeeze that in this week. And then we can go from there. So if you have any suggestions, just let me know. I look forward to making more videos like this. Hopefully we start hearing some news for next season's recruits, or 2 seasons from now's recruits. I'm super excited for the trajectory of this program. We have 3 great newcomers coming in next year, and I think that those people are going to be keys to us making it past the second round or making it past the third round. I think they can really, really help us make or do some damage in the future. So I'm going to leave it at that. Just comment below what you want to hear from me next. I will see you guys soon. Bye.